Hey, what's going on, guys? Matt, Cichlid Dojo, back with another monthly Fishroom update. This is for the month of August 2022. Always got some updates, but as I've mentioned previously, I've tried to do these monthly update videos on a regular basis. And it's a nice sunny day outside. Thought it was a good chance to get this video in, so we'll get right into it. We'll start right here for a change. This top tank is a 120 gallon, which houses the Freddy's, the multifasciatus, and actually a lot is going on with these guys. Especially when it comes to the coloration department. There's just, it's really starting to blossom. I think that's the biggest female in this tank. There's a male right there, and it's getting a little bit more rowdy. I think this male is very similar to that in size to that other female. So I definitely would not trust them by themselves, and you can see some of them getting a little roughed up. Check out these guys, another male and female down here, I would guess. Just it's that time here. That looks like two males actually, and then the female in the back. And getting to be a really fun tank. Obviously going to need some more room. I moved I think about half of the group. The larger sizes, they went pretty quick. And then I'm down to, I believe there's 10 in here. And always flaring up. Absolutely beautiful species. Highly recommend. And I did pull that one batch of fry. As you can see, they're growing here. I've had some requests for them, so I said, why not? Very small batch. They're getting about a ½ inch plus in here. And I'll start moving them, I would say less than a month from now. But it's kind of funny, this female, not even the mom of these fry, she's one of the smaller females in the tank. She just kind of colored up and decided she's gonna guard the fry. So this is from that pair, the bigger male and female that I just showed you in the beginning. And sure enough, she's protecting them. And she gets very aggressive with the other fish when they get close. But that pair has since had another batch of fry, and I didn't bother pulling them, so they disappeared. But I got about 50 or 60 in here, so keep an eye out if you guys are interested in some Freddy multifasciatus fry. Anyways, they're doing good. A lot of fun to watch them. Moving down below, a 60 gallon. These are the Rio Naranjo Trimax, and they are available. I'm listing them about inch plus, or maybe I can put it inch and a half. Doing good. Batch is running, yeah, moving a little bit, but obviously don't have any more other than this. But I do have some plans, possibly, as you'll see in this next grow out tank. So anyway, it's 60 gallon at the bottom. Trimax fry doing good. Let me know if you're interested. Let's move over here. Next is a 100 gallon, and that has a bunch of grow outs. I believe 3 different species right now. The primary reason I got this tank with the grow outs is for these blue Texas, these Carpentis. I believe that's the biggest Carpentis in here, but definitely not the most dominant fish. It's because I have a Trimac in here, a male that I'm starting to see some potential in. I really like. I'll try to focus in on him. that guy right there, I may just grow this guy out, stick with him a little bit longer, and see how he turns out. I got this female as well in a divider right now in a breeder box. I was going to ship him to my buddy. He hasn't been able to. I think he's been pretty busy. Plus, I might want to. This guy, I think, surpassed her in size finally, so I might put them together in a 75 gallon, which I'm trying to move some fish from. You'll see near the end of the video. But anyways, once I move the Trimax out, the Carpentis are pretty much gonna have this tank to hopefully get a pair. I got another smaller Trimac there. I'll have to move that guy. I think it's a male at some point. As well as I do have 3 smaller Depi in here, and they are incredibly aggressive. You put them, and I've done this in the past. I put them with Carpentis, much larger sizes, but you know, pound for pound, same size. The Depi are definitely more aggressive, and I have 3 of them. I just threw 3 of them in here. I couldn't find a space to grow out and try to form a pair, so Buddy got all the rest of them from me. I think he got like 18 or something. There's even like a 5-incher in there. I think it was a male, and so he's going to be working with them. And I just got the 3 left. I think I saw one of the 3 of these Depi had some a black blotch on the dorsal. Not showing right now. Might be this one up here, but maybe an opportunity for a pair. But I really don't think I'm going to be able to do much. Nah, I don't know if it was that one. Anyways, grouts are doing good. Main reasons for the Carpentis. So moving down below. Not a whole lot to see. This is a very size-wise small batch of F1 Mesajeros Feste Fry, Rio Gaius, and they're still growing. Some of them are growing pretty quick, over a ½ inch, but I still don't have them listed. I have another batch in a 10 gallon that are a little bit bigger than this, so they should be ready in less than a month, I would guess. And these are in that 75 that I usually have Feste Fry. Okay, moving on. This is a 150 gallon tank, one of my favorites, which has my 2 large, I guess you could say extra large pairs of Carpentis, my Blue Texas. This is the male, one of my favorite males. And he's the guy who's produced most of the fry that I've shipped out past 2 years, and he's looking pretty good, getting bulky, tall. Can't really don't really have any complaints. Really like this fish. And then the female doing good, although they haven't had a successful spawn in some time. But just a joy to have in the fish room. Such a beautiful fish. And I do have fry available, guys, if you're interested. Small fry. And on the right, you'll see the other male, kind of my backup pair, and then the female in the back, who's sort of in breeding dress right now. She may have just changed like that because she saw her fry in the breeder box on the upper right, but she's looking nice, and this pair actually spawned successfully still. So that the batch up here in the right, I'll show you. This is actually from them. Small batch, 50-60 fry, but those aren't the ones I got listed. I got bigger ones, so let me know if you're interested in some fry. We'll go check out the other fry in a second. And one final look at the big guy. Check out his Looks like you got 2 teeth right there. But really, really fun and beautiful species. Love them. Down below, lights are off, but you can see size of the Cuban Cichlids, the Tetracanthus, that are available. A lot of these are 2 inch plus, 2 to 2.5. I think I'm just putting them at 1.5 to 2 officially on the stock list, but they're available. Let me know if you guys want to get some of these Cubans. And we'll go see the Cuban pair in a second. They got a bunch of fry with them. Next, this is another 120 gallon tank, and let's try to get in slow so I don't scare this male away. You can see the dominant male is out and about. Absolutely loving the species. Such a beautiful species. These are the True Green Terrace, Indian Alcara Stalsbergi. And I do have fry of them available. Very rare in the hobby, hard to find. It was incredibly difficult for me to find some. It took me 5 or 6 years. Have really not seen any available over that time since I've had them, other than from me. I think I've had them available consistently for 2 years, 2.5 years, not really sure. But pretty species. Couldn't ask for more. Happy little group. I think there's only 7 left in this group, but they're doing good. And someone's in the pot down there. I don't think there's any fry or anything, but just hiding out. And I think that might be another big male subdominant one, but if it is, being tolerated by the alpha right there. So, moving on. Down below, this is where the Depai were, and I moved them. I do have a wild-caught female that's just down here because she was kind of taking a little bit beating in the 180, but not a lot right here. I gotta working on getting some fish here. Next, another 120 gallon tank. This is housing the F1 Rio Feste, and I'm also down in this tank to about 7 of them. I moved some into another tank. Try to see if we can check out the dominant male and female in here. There's the male until he comes out. I really like this one as well. Female back there, and she's had 1 successful spawn. I didn't bother pulling them. But the male right there, they're doing well. His colors are kind of gone away since I opened this garage door completely, but he's usually gold blonde when he's not stressed out or skittish like this. But they're doing good. I'll have to get some updated video with the lights on and garage door closed. But these grow-outs are doing well, and at some point I will have to move the majority of these guys in here, but not soon. So a little better angle there. All right, moving on. Down below I have a 60 gallon tank, and these are actually new. I got these from a buddy of mine. These are the True Texas Cichlids, and got about 100 of them. And the intention is to get them out into the pond before winter comes along. I've had success with these in the past, keeping them outdoors year round, and I since moved on with my Gymnogeophagus group, and so I have an open 100 gallon right now. And I do plan on getting these out there once they get a little bit bigger, and then I'll have some outside and possibly get a pair of my own. but I will be moving the majority of these, so stay tuned. May not be too long from now when I start moving them. They're growing really fast. They came in mostly 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, but some of the bigger ones are definitely putting on size fast, eating the majority of the food. So they're getting up closer to that 1 inch range, and they're looking healthy and looking good. So True Texas back in the fish room. On to the next one. This is a 75 gallon with my divided pair of Parachromis motaguensis, red tiger motus. Don't like to divide unless I have to, and male is getting a little bit more aggressive towards the female, so I felt it necessary. And I put that little plate in there to see if I can get a divider spawn. She is not interested yet, but really kind of just waiting on these right now until I can figure out something with my 180. My plans are to hopefully get these guys on the side of that 180 gallon and have a pair of the multifasciatus, the Freddies, on the other side. And maybe that'll be enough. Let's see the male here. Maybe that'll be enough to keep this guy's attention away from the female. As divided pairs, definitely not my favorite thing to do, but we'll hopefully have a divider with 2 pairs, kind of like I do my Carpentus. So anyways, they're doing fine, just in waiting mode down here. And I do have fry from them available if you're interested. Collection points Rio Motagua or Motagua. Red Tiger Motus. Let me know if you're interested, guys. All right, moving down. On the right, 10-gallon tank. These are the bigger red terrors, the Festes, Rio Gaias. They're getting close to, there are definitely a lot of them in here that 3/4 of an inch. It's usually when I start moving them, at least the Feste. And so, yeah, they're less than a month. I hope to combine these with that other batch, but these are definitely still growing at a decent pace, so we'll see if I can end up doing that or not. Middle one, we have more red terror fry, much smaller. This was one of the bigger batches that I had pulled from the pair, so it'll be a while before these guys are up, but have 2 other batches ahead of them, so keep an eye on that if you guys are going to be interested in the Feste. And then on the left, these are more Panamensis. I have inch plus, although some of these are getting close to that inch. I have inch plus on the other side in another 10-gallon, smaller batch, but I think like 25 left. So let me know if you're interested in some Panamensis. We'll check out the other bigger size here in a second. Getting to the top. So I think you guys all know how I do my Feste in this 240-gallon tank. I have my wild-caught breeding pair over here on the left. Let's see if the male wants to turn around, and there he goes a little bit. Absolutely beautiful fish. Love this guy. I don't think I could be happier with a pair for one, and a male too. Females over there hanging out in the pot, getting bigger and bulkier. Maybe her batches of fry will keep getting bigger too, we'll see. The last one was her largest yet, probably at 200, 250 quantity. And the big guy, if I had to guess, he's definitely in that 12-inch plus range. I don't know if I would say 13, but getting big. And they're only on half of the divider. I started on the other side. I'm doing more Feste pairing. So I got my next male back there, and I gave him 3 females to try to develop. He's not coloring up yet, but I think he's got potential. So I gave him a little space to do his thing. And you saw 2 of the females, 1 up there, 1 under there, and I think 1 might be back somewhere in the pot on that side. But anyways, got a few dithers and just a waiting game now. Try to get some pairing to occur. And again, these are F1 Rio Gaius Feste Fry off of a pair I used to have, growing them out, and I do plan on mixing them up, seeing what I like in here, and I'm gonna have to move most of them long term, but in the meantime, we'll see. All right, let's move on. So we already saw the Freddies. We're gonna move over here, check out the Cubans next. All right, see if I can get there without the glare. Female in there. I don't think she has fry in there. I don't think she's been in that mood, but male, and they got a ton of fry in here. They're doing good. Just a really good pair together. Do well with the fry. Do well with each other. And just a pleasant species and pair to have. So, like I showed you guys before, I definitely have bigger sizes available if you're interested. 1.5 to 2 inch plus range. And I'm gonna have more batches of fry after that. So send me a message if you're interested. And oh yeah, you got the top fin 110 filter kicking, doing well. The more I use this, the more and more I like it. And maybe I'll have to do my follow-up video on the product review. I can tell you, I definitely like this filter more than the Seachem titles. I have the Seachem title way back in that corner on the left next to the Aquaclear, and that darn thing overflowed out the back of my tank again. My whole stand is wet, soaking wet, and I even have that thing angled forward. It's just is not designed very well for the flow of the water going through it, and for the overflow. I mean, it should not drain at the back of your tank regardless of your maintenance. So anyways, not to rant too much, but I'm definitely not a fan of the Seachem title, even to the point where I'm getting ready to get rid of it. Just such a inferior filter in my opinion to the Aquaclear 110s, which I have tons of them, and then also I'm learning to the Top Fin 110s, Top Fin Pro I think they're called. So I'm definitely going to consider getting more of these guys, especially at that price. I think I got it for like under 30 bucks or something like that, brand new. So we'll maybe talk about more of that in the review, but the little skimmer on there is not doing too bad. I don't know if it sucked up many fry, but it's just not a nuisance like the Seachem title one is. Anyways, let's go down below. So down below, another 3 10-gallon tanks. On the left, I have some red Tiger Motif Fry. Smaller, these aren't the ones I'm moving. The ones I'm moving are bigger. You'll see them near the end. The motas are in the inch plus range. And then we have the Panamensis, doing good, small batch. Some of these are definitely over an inch, 1.25 inches. I don't know about 1.5 inches, but 1.25 inches, some of these guys. So message me on those. And then I have more Islanus, but I have bigger Islanus, yeah, like 1.5 inches plus, that we'll see here in a second. They're starting to get big, but let's wait till we move around to go check those out. 40-gallon up here top has the F1 Andino Akara Stahlsberg eye, always skittish, especially with the garage door open. And that's just how they are. You see one of the bigger ones. I'm gonna put some Buenos Aires tetras in here with them. See if they get a little more comfortable swimming around. But, you know, or I could probably cover the side of this tank so it doesn't get the direct light when I have the garage door open. But these guys are doing okay. Kind of went off their hunger strike a little bit ago, eating a little bit. Definitely a more challenging species, but very satisfying when you get them dialed in and doing well. So, and you can see the size differences. These guys all started right around the same size as Fry when I started growing them out. And then down below we have the blue Texas Fry that are available. A lot of the bigger ones are kind of hiding, but there's definitely I think I got them listed 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch, but as I always mention, I always try to move the biggest ones first. It's just they kind of wreak havoc at a small size on the other ones. They're like eyeballs missing and carcasses on the bottom. It's I don't mind that for get rid of the runts, but a lot of these are not, you know, different. They just go after each other. Anyways, they're available if you're interested. Let me know. Blue Texas. All right, let's get moving. Moving around to the last section. All right, so got the 180 gallon, and it's very slow progress in here, but I feel like I definitely need this for I have these bigger F1 Rio Gaius Feste that I'm just hoping to see progress on these guys. I'm gonna zoom in. This is the biggest male in here, and I got hopes for this guy because he's got a lot of spangles. He's got really nice bars, but he is not the biggest and most dominant fish in here. So he's definitely not coloring up. Problem is I got this bigger spangled female who she kind of runs the show, and I kind of am holding on to her because she also has really nice barring, and I've never really seen a female this size hold her spangles this long. She's definitely 7-inch plus, and she's got a ton of spangles on her body fins. It's very odd. And I have one other female right here that's doing the exact similar thing. Still got some spangles, but she also has really nice bars. So it's just tricky right now. It's stuck because I need that male to put on some size, and he's getting pushed around by the two females. And then on the other side of the divider, I have a wild caught female, and if I put her on the other side, she's going to be dominant. She's just older, may not be the biggest fish, but it's I'm just in total waiting mode. I need to somehow force feed that one male to just put on a ton of size, because big males are, I do not have those right now to really utilize these females, so I'm just kind of in waiting mode. So just stuck right now with this 180 gallon, but anyways, it's the way it is. Down below, you'll see a bunch of them. I'm probably not going to turn the lights on, but these are the Islanus that are available. A lot of bigger ones in here. I think I'm putting them inch and a half size. Definitely ones that are 1.5 inches in here, and I got to move those first. Very aggressive species, but really fun. Go look at some of my older videos on when I had some growing out ones, some breeding pairs and whatnot. Let me know if you're interested. And then these are the red tiger motas. I should have turned this light on before, but it's just going to spook them if I do it now. And they're also available if you're interested. Okay, last two tanks. So this is a tank where I've announced once, you may have not watched the video, but it houses the Therictis maculopinnis, which I'm looking to move on with. And it was a tough decision. If I can get this thing to focus, it's a tough decision because they are just absolutely beautiful. If this male will give you a profile side view here. I have a group of 6, just absolutely stunning species. And this male is probably in that 4.5-inch size, I would guess. There's a group of 6, I think 5 males and 1 female, but the good news is that female and this dominant male seem to be good together. And she's attempted to spawn a couple times. The last one was very recent, and I think she spawned in this little tiny cave right there on that artificial wood, and I don't think you could fit in there. So anyways, there's definitely hope for successful breeding, but I think the time has come where I just had to make a decision on projects, and I have another one I prioritize here. It's nothing new. I think I just want to use those Trimax in here with the sand. And so then these maculopinnis got to go, and you can see the female in the back with the little black spot on the dorsal. But let me know if you're interested. Group of 6 of these guys. I'd say the smallest is in that maybe 3.5-inch, 4-inch range. The largest 4.5. Maybe even the male's a little bit bigger than that. I'm not sure. But they're available. You can see the 2 right there in the back. Definitely some potential. If you guys want to get a breeding project going, I think you have a good chance. And then I got the Buenos Aires Tetras. There's 5 of them. I like these guys. I'll move those in with the F1 Stalsberg guy. See if we can help them get over their fears. Anyways, let me know if you're interested on these maculopinnis guys. I have had a lot of inquiries in the past when they weren't available, so I wouldn't expect them to last very long. And lastly, in the 60 gallon on the bottom, this is the last remaining F1 True Green Terrors, Stalsberg guy, that I have left. Maybe there's 40, 50 of them. Let me know if you're interested on those. I don't have any other fry after that. So this is it for the foreseeable future. And I think that about wraps it up, guys. So as I mentioned earlier, the only change out in the 3 ponds was the Gymnogeophagus group. Finally moved on with those. I wasn't doing much with them. I saw them, some eggs on the bottom of there a few times, but so hard to pull fry out of there, and I just wasn't prepared to showcase them inside. So I decided to move them on to a friend of mine. And in addition, I'm gonna get the True Texas back out there. And the Braziliensis are doing good outside. And speaking of the Braziliensis, I really, I don't have any more fry of those guys, but I'm thinking about trying to figure out if I can get them back inside somewhere, and they'll probably need this 180 gallon tank. I want to get some more fry going, but the male out there is just looking great. Big nuchal hump and whatnot. So yeah, those are the plans. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or anything, and like the video if you can. Helps me out. Subscribe if you haven't already, and until the next one, thanks guys. Take care.